All right, folks, so we are getting ready to take off on another backcountry adventure. Today, Donald with Soft Roading the West is going to be joining me, and while I'm waiting for him, I'm taking the opportunity to get my laundry done here in a small local town. But while I'm waiting for my laundry to get done, I'm actually in the back of the van and I'm using my computer hooked up to my Jackery 1000, and I'm using my big monitor so I can go over some national forest maps and kind of figure out or pre-plan a couple possible routes that me and Donald might take today. So anyways, it's really nice to be able to do this because, like I said, I've got this nice big screen and I can really see the maps really well. And with Gaia and the fact that I'm hotspotting, anything that I do on Gaia automatically gets synced up to my tablet. So that's super handy. So anyways, I'm going to finish up here with a couple things, and then I've got one more other chore I need to go take care of on the way to go meet up with Donald, and then we'll get on the road and heading up into some national forest.
Today we're going to be rotating Jason's tires. When we do that, we want you to come in about every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. When we rotate those tires, we're taking them off the vehicle, we're inspecting them for any premature edge wear, for any premature tire wear, and we're also going to be checking for something that's called cupping, and that's when you're getting uneven tread blocks, one is higher than the other. That can indicate you're not even rotating your tires enough, or it could be worn out suspension parts, including shocks and tie rod ends. And when we pull those tires off for the rotation, we're going to be balancing them as well. When we do that, we put the tires on our balancer. That's going to be checking for any out of balance tires that can lead to irregular tire wear. And it also can be a comfort issue because if you're driving down the road with out of balance tires, it can give you a pretty good shake.
All right, folks, so now that we got the tires rotated, we're all met up with Donald. We're just working on getting on the highway right now, and we're going to start heading our way up into the national forest. Like I said, I kind of planned a couple routes. I gave it up to Donald which one we were going to do, and then we're going to go hit the first route now. Alright guys, so we are now all set up. We actually kind of changed our plans a little bit. We kind of, with Donald traveling all day, he came from like the Alvor Desert area, so he's been traveling a good amount, and I've been working on editing actually a bunch of video for you guys, of a video hopefully you guys have already seen. But we decided to make it a little bit easier of a night and just get to a nearby lake and maybe just kind of make it a chill evening for the night. I'm going to do some cooking. I know last video that you guys probably saw, I was going to try to do some cooking, but the weather was really bad, so that never happened. So we're going to try to do that, make up for that tonight. The weather has kind of changed a little bit. It's been beautiful the last few days, but kind of cloudy, which is kind of a nice reprieve. It's been really hot, but I think we're going to have plenty good enough weather for some cooking over the campfire tonight. Donald's got his setup all geared out, and he's ready to go for the evening. The van's all lined out. I've got all my favorite things out, and so I think we'll get a fire going. Donald and I both had a few pieces of wood on the vehicle, so we're just going to get a fire going, and we'll start preparing some food. All right, folks, so what we got going on for dinner tonight is I've got a big old steak that I got from the grocery store. I got some portobello mushrooms that are already pre-cut, some asparagus, and then some bacon that we're gonna fry up in my 8-inch skillet. And we're gonna make them kind of into some bacon bits, and then we'll use a little bit of the grease mixed with some coconut oil, and we'll fry up the mushrooms and the asparagus. And the steak itself, we're gonna cook right on the bed of coals in the fire. How's your dinner?
It's fantastic. It's not as good as yours, but
I just for the record, people, just for the record, because you're gonna see his video. I did offer him steak.
he did offer me steak, and I said, no, I got it covered. I got to use the food that I've got.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, mine came out good. It's been a long time since I've grilled a steak over the coals, and of course it came out in typical YouTube cooking fashion. A little bit overdone on one side because I was moving the cameras a little bit, and maybe one spot or so isn't quite as cooked as I would like, but overall, I'm pretty pleased.
It looks really good. It looks really good, I have to say. It actually looks perfectly cooked to me.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's just after, I set it out, and of course I was trying to let it rest, but then I was moving cameras.
Yeah.
Probably rested a little longer than need to.
Yeah.
But anyways, so you just got back from the outboard. All right, and actually, well, the outboard, and you went a little further.
Went to the Alvord, and then I was down along the Oahe River, and I went up through some other areas of Eastern Oregon. I basically did a big Eastern Oregon tour, places I've never been before, and really my biggest trip ever. And it's going to be like 5 video episodes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty jealous. I mean, that Oahe River areas, I haven't been to it yet, and it's been high on my list. I plan to try to get down there this November. But yeah, I'll be really looking forward to seeing those videos that you're going to come out with, because that's definitely some area I want to see.
It's really, I was blown away. It was spectacular, and I had an idea of what it was going to be like, and it far surpassed what I was expecting. It was totally worth the drive from where I live, which is like 8 hours away. Totally worth it. It's fantastic.
Nice.
So what about you? What were you doing?
Just got back myself. I was kind of in the same vicinity. We were down the Alvord. I was down there with Edward Shin. Mm-hmm. He had his little annual meetup on the Alvord, and that was a lot of fun. And I actually got down there a few days early, so I did some traveling through Hart Mountain, and then I dropped down to some hot springs, worked on some editing. Tough place to work from. And then when it was time to kind of come on to the Alvord and meet up with them, I took a really cool little route that I figured out from the hot springs over onto the playa, and it just took me through some big open beautiful country. We had just had some rains. It was actually hot while we were on the playa, but a couple days before that we had some serious storms, so there was a lot of mud and water. So I kind of had a little fun with the van, and came back pretty caked up with some
I bet you did.
Yeah, so yeah, good time, good trip. Yeah, definitely watch Edward Shen's channel to check that out, to see the version of the trip. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, you should have made it. How come you weren't there?
It's a long story, but I was going to meet up with you guys, and I had no cell service. I couldn't figure out where you guys were, and I eventually gave up.
Yeah. Well, next year.
Next year.
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna dig into this, finish it out.
Sounds good.
So we're on the road already this morning. We wanted to hang out at camp a little bit, but mosquitoes were tolerable last night, but they were just ferocious this morning. So we both decided that we'd just pack up and hit the road. Donald's been on the road now for a few days, so he needs to get home today. But we're just gonna make a quick trip up to the top of this lookout, and neither one of us have been there, so it should be pretty cool, and we'll figure we'll at least check that out before he leaves. Alright guys, so we made it up to the top of the mountain here, small little butte outside of the, the Three Sisters Wilderness, but it just offers a beautiful 360-degree view of pretty much all the mountains in the Cascades, and man, what a great little drive up here too.
A really fun little drive, a nice little trail, yeah.
Yeah, and we saw some people down at the bottom, and they said that Donald wouldn't make it up here with the Subaru, and Donald proved them wrong. In fact, I don't think, that was no issue. I just think...
it wasn't even that bad. I think it looked worse to them than it actually was.
Yeah, he had no issues getting up here whatsoever. Van had no issues getting up here. But man, what a great little trip. But anyways, Donald's heading back to Eugene. I'm gonna head back east and do some video editing so we can get this content out to you guys. So great trip as always, Donald. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, me too.
All right, guys. So if you guys like this video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you guys again outside.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
We had good dinner. How was your dinner?
Well, considering that it was the very end of my groceries, it was pretty good. It was sort of my Chris Shantz venture forward grilled cheese and ham sort of thing. So it was good.
I mean, it actually looked good and it looked easy, so I like that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
mine was a little more complicated, but it was really good.
Well, yeah, and I got a taste of yours. Yours was better than mine, but yeah.
Well, I got a little dessert. You like Oreos?
Oreos are my favorite.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I used to love these as a kid, but over this last weekend, I kind of realized how much I really like a couple pieces of, you know, chocolate mixed with a little bit of white cream. Wow, Arnold went to keep my fucking face, man. Jesus.
Oh my god. I don't know if we got enough there before I lost it. Oh my god. Okay, you want to try that line again?
Yeah.